Discuss funding for the county attorney's victim coordinator position.
Probably wrote that down as an agenda item incorrect because it deals with multiple different spots. Simply put, y'all, and I appreciate it, provided $10,000 for me to pay for the victim coordinator insurance. When I was talking about Senate Bill 22 funds, all the different funds, things of that nature. They came out with some additional rulings. I think they're going to continue coming out with Senate Bill 22 rules as this year goes on. So we'll see kind of how all those funds get divided. But basically, I've moved more Senate Bill 22 funds over from 2 employees to my 3. And I'm able to cover the cost of the $10,000 that you gave me for the victim coordinator spot. So right now I have...
SB 22 money.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
With
okay.
Senate Bill 22 money.
Yes.
So the money you gave me, now I'm able to cover with Senate Bill 22 money. My request from the commissioners is to allow me to use the $10,000 that you gave me over on my other side of the salaries. So you gave me $10,000 for the insurance. I'm now covering that with Senate Bill 22 money, and I would like to continue using that $10,000 for my salaries in other areas. I think in a nutshell.
So we're gonna be giving you $10,000 to increase somebody's salary?
Yes, because I'm taking away Senate Bill 22 money to cover the insurance, and so I'd like to replace that with the $10,000 that I have.
And the 10,000 general fund, in the general fund, you already have that $10,000 budgeted. Is that correct?
You approved that 10,000
You just approved it recently.
in last commissioner's court. I'm gonna tell you last commissioner court, that's probably not right, but literally the last 2-3 months or so, I stood up and presented talking about the way I had the Senate Bill 22 money split up. It would help me a lot for the county to pay for the insurance.
Yes.
Yes.
So what changed?
So
what changed? I mean,
the rules changed where I'm going to say all of this, I don't know how it's going to work out. There is disagreement of the rules. There are
Not
some,
between us, but
About the
about,
interpretation.
the interpretation.
yes, they still haven't given us.
I would love to keep my pay exactly how I have it right now. And I'm hoping the rules end up coming out in my favor, where I can continue my split up of all these funds the way I have it right now. To be fair to Commissioner's Court and to the county, I think the rules are telling me the way that I have it split up is wrong. So I am, to be safe, taking money away from employees that they're telling me I'm wrong for doing and pushing those onto the 3 employees that I know that are correct. I think by the end of this budget year, we will have much more clarification as it comes with those rules. So that's what's changed.
okay, I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, it's a very good question. There's some counties that are pushing and they are continuing to pay as they currently are. I think the problem with that is we don't know what the repercussion from the state is going to be at the end of the day, right? That could be a liability. They may come in and want that paid back. They may not give you the grant funding in the future. All those kind of horror stories of doing it incorrectly. So what would be helpful for me, and it's truly a request that I'm asking the commissioners, is the $10,000, however it's budgeted. I don't necessarily deal with the budgeting
Did
side.
we actually transfer the money from contingency to?
We haven't transferred any money.
But we did approve.
We approved to
Yeah.
do it.
And right now, you're not asking for additional money, you're just asking that the funds which are already approved be spent in a different fashion.
Yeah.
That's correct. Like I said, no, yeah,
To
budgeting funding.
accommodate these rules on SB.
And
Okay.
obviously, I would like for that to continue into the future I think that I would, to be super clear with the court, you could allow this to happen until the end of the budget year. You've approved the 10,000. These rules are going to continue to be clarified. You could allow me to use that $10,000 for other salaries until the end of the budget year, see where the rules are with Senate Bill 22, and then maybe make a decision from there. Because if the rules come out in my favor, the way I want them to, which, you know, we can all want it, but it's all going to go back to the way that we approved it the other day, where I still would want the 10,000 for the insurance, and all the money would just go back to the original plan. I'm making hopefully a contingency plan right now till we get more clarity on those.
But you may have that clarity before October 1st.
I'm really hoping
We
that.
need to have it before.
Make you wish you-
15th.
When the state gives you something federal, why even spend it until you know what the rules are, you know?
It's crazy for them
Because
to
the
do
ARPA
that.
money was, I guess, our first lesson on that.
Yeah, you know, we thought we could do one thing, and we could do it the way we wanted to do it, so we changed everything, so, you know, it's just a,
So basically what you're saying, if I understand it, you're taking the money that we gave for the insurance and now you're doing it to somebody for salary.
Correct. Yes. And I'm covering the insurance with my Senate Bill 22 money.
Replacing the money, basically replacing where you shuffled this, but
Yes.
Okay, so if the ruling comes back not in your favor, those people, will they continue to get the $10,000?
I'm giving you two options. I would love for you to approve $10,000 for me to use from now until whenever, right? When the new budget comes up, you approve $10,000 for me to use at my discretion. Obviously, that's what I want. But if the court is uncomfortable with that, one way we can handle it is you've approved $10,000, you allow me to use it till the end of this budget year, and then we go back and look at the rules about how the rules go. If the rules don't come out in my favor, I would still like to have the 10,000 moving forward, right? But I guess what I'm saying is you can punt that decision and make it for this budget year and us come back and reconvene on Senate Bill 22 and all of it at the end of the budget,
and we will be doing that in budget hearings,
which will be
Which will be right.
very
which is
soon.
right around.
And I'm in favor of him keeping the $10,000 since we've already given it to him. And then and then next budget year, maybe you could look at the possibility of finding some of that Senate Bill 22 money to make up that $10,000 and the insurance.
And I agree with you. I think that's exactly right. Right now, and I'm lucky to have Judge Grant, Karen, and Jeannie. I'm not a numbers guy necessarily, right? So there's a lot of number crunching and fringe and insurance and all these numbers just kind of flying back and forth. And it's been fairly stressful, to be completely honest. So I'm really hoping going into the,
Us too.
yeah, and you hate more money, more problems, I guess, is the sad
I'm
thing.
trying to figure out what's gonna work for everybody under rules that we don't really.
So Clyde, that's exactly right. That's what I'm saying. If you'll allow me to do this now to the end of the budget, I'm looking at all types of options to cover and make salaries the way that what I feel like they need to be going into the new budget year.
And if I need to, I'll make a motion that he's able to keep the $10,000 until the new budget.
Second.
All in favor?
Thank you very much.
Wanted to explain something when you're not really sure what the rules are, just explain it.
It's like a moving target. Every day, it's just, you don't know.
All right. Item number 16, discuss reporting process for reimbursement from TDCJ. Sheriff, you want to give us an update?
I didn't even know this was gonna be on here, so, I mean, I didn't request it, so I don't know what we're wanting.
Well, I think it's just for an update. You know, we had talked about sending all those invoices to them to get reimbursement on that. Have we done any of that? I think is the question.
Sheena talked to them, and they were not wanting to pay us for previous years. And then the auditor yesterday told me that she talked to somebody else, and they say, go ahead and send, you know, basically like send the last
Who did you
year's.
talk to, Sheena?
I talked to a director over there,
I'm sorry?
a director of transportation.
Okay. Karen, who did you?
Kimberly Wheelis, or Kimberly Spillman now, she's the,
In the same office?
she is in inmate transportation. She's an admin assistant for, looks like inmate transportation. And she's the one that has she keeps up with all that. And she did tell me, when I talked to her back in April, and then I talked to her specifically about getting reimbursement from the prior years, and she said as long as they send it a year at a time back to 2019, that we would get reimbursed.
Okay.
That's what she told me.
Mhm. Okay.
Internally, we had a meeting with everybody that does transports. We updated our forms. So now all of the vehicle information is on our form. So no matter which deputy does a transport, we will be able to keep track of the vehicle that goes to the unit. And so the 5 transports that we have done since our last commissioners meeting, we have been able to track which vehicle went into the unit. And that's on our current billing and everything. And that was sent off this week.
So are you saying that you don't have the information from those years past that you could send those in?
No.
We can get
We
it.
can we can try our best and backtrack for every one as far as going back off of dispatch records of which deputies went, but we do a lot of vehicle swapping. Sometimes the vehicle that are assigned to a certain deputy could be in for maintenance. They hop in whatever vehicle is available.
Okay, well, there was a request that we get an update on that. Any other questions? All right, if you'll just kind of keep us updated on that, then I appreciate that.
We're gonna work on last year's first,
Yes.
the last year's.
Yeah, she said 1 year at a time. She didn't say it had to start with the 19, just 1 year at a time.
Right, and she also said that if you had questions about certain ones or whatever, she said they would be helpful to give you information if you needed certain information.
I think it's important to also remember, every time we come in here and talk about TDC, we're getting different information. We get information from somebody, she gets information from somebody, and, you know, and it makes it look like somebody's not doing something or something's gone wrong. That's bull, and I'm actually tired of it.
Okay.
We have people that we talk to.
Would you like to go in and talk to her? We'll
Because
go in
I've sent
and call
Sheena
her.
the lady's name, the email of specifically who I'm talking to and who has given me this information and all. I've sent that to her. I sent it to her April 5th of this year, but I also sent all the information back in 2022. The same lady, she still does it. So,
Yes, and I'm not saying, I'm not upset with you getting information. I'm upset with the information we getting from TDC, 2 different informations. Because we're talking, I don't understand that, but that's a problem that they have, but that we're having to deal with. That's what my issue is. Because all these years, we've done these transport deals, and we've sent them in, and we've been doing it through 3 sheriffs now, the exact same way. Nobody's ever told us that it was wrong. Nobody's ever said, hey, these papers are wrong, send us it on this. Or, you know, nobody's ever done anything to tell us any different, so here our county sits without getting any reimbursements, and now they're telling my jail administrator that they don't want to pay it after so many years now. You know, that's what I have a problem with. It's irritating when we feel like we were doing our job, but then they're sitting over there getting our paperwork, and then they say, well, we don't have it. You got it, because we got copies of what we sent you. So, why didn't you tell us it was wrong, and, you know, or notify us or whatever, and that never happened?
Wonder how long it's been since the county got paid?
When we looked, it'd been
I've
years
been
and
here
years.
since 2012 in the treasurer's office receiving in money, and I've never seen it.
And we've been doing it the same way, you know, so I don't, you know, now that we know, we can try to move on from there, but, you know, it's irritating when we're dealing with another agency who owes us, but yet they're, you know.
Yeah, the director told us that we can only bill for it monthly, and unfortunately, we can't go back that far. But if
Would it be all right if we just all got together and called them, called TDC and talked to whoever, both of the people that y'all have talked to, and see if we can't get them straightened out?
And Sheena,
Perfect, okay, let's do that.
When we talk to Navarre County, when they do it, they send theirs twice a year. They don't bill monthly, they send it twice a year, so I don't know who told you that, but that's what they tell us they do.
Okay.
So,
All right, let's go to item number 17, we'll do that. I think if we all sit down together, we can get them straightened out.
Okay.
Okay. Item number 17, I apologize, but I did not contact Teresa. I have my note here to do it, but I did not. But I will talk to her and have this on the next agenda, if we have a motion to table that, and ask her to give us this information.
I make that motion to table.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Number 19, incentives or certificate paid. Well, we are going to need to pay it out of the general fund, correct, Auditor?
Yes, that's
Correct. And
We got a sheet on. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just typed this up a few days ago, so it's not in your sheet, not in your
Okay.
deal. Are we going to do it for deputies, dispatchers, other employees that have special training or degrees? Or are we gonna just do it for deputies, not do it for dispatchers? What's the situation with that?
Deputies.
And that's the 3 classifications?
There's 3 classifications. Well, there's 4, but, yeah, 3 to advance, yeah.
Well, I think the dispatchers had requested that we consider them.
Not with our SB 22 money.
It's not gonna be SB 22 money if we do it in
Oh, that's
general
right.
fund.
Well, that's up to Leonard and the board, not me.
Are we gonna start it now, or are we gonna start that October 1st? We don't have that budgeted in the general fund. And we're gonna do it, divide the amount in 26 pay periods, is that correct? Not pay it all at one time?
Yes, it should be divided by the
26.
months.
Okay, when they move up to
26
step, they
pay
put
periods
paper
rather than
that
by the month.
certification themselves, or do we do that?
No, we send them, I mean, they do some of the training on their own if it's not something that's, you know, that we do. I mean, I've like, when I went to hostage negotiation school, I paid for that. I just took vacation from here and paid for it myself, but that was, you know, years ago, but we have officers that do that. They pay for their own schools, certain schools that they want to go to. Like, I've got a couple that want to go to instructor school. I can't afford to have them go to instructor school. So if they want to go, they can take vacation and go themselves, you know.
All right, now, you said deputies, does that include you, are you asking for certificate pay?
Yes.
Now
Which I know mine can't start until the next budget.
yes. I just wanted to make sure y'all are clear on that. There's a law that says elected official cannot be increased in any, once y'all publish it in the newspaper for that budget, their budget can't decrease and their budget can't increase.
But you're requesting next year that you get
Yes.
certificate pay.
Mhm.
Are we gonna start this now, or are we gonna start this, October 1st?
Start it next budget year. I'm not going to start it next budget year. Because it may change. We just got through here in Brian's thing, it's changed. So the money
I thought
changed.
Jenny said we could.
It's in the general budget.
Can't do it on
What, I'm
elected
sorry,
official.
what else?
Oh, okay.
It's not SB 22, it's in the general budget, so it's not gonna change.
But we haven't budgeted for it for this year. It wasn't in this year's budget, what I get now.
Obviously,
We've
we've never
never-
paid it before.
We were
Right.
we were put on earlier in the year when we were talking about SB 22. This is one of the things we were gonna discuss when the money got here. So we've been,
And we
Put
did
off till
discuss
now.
and decide that we had to pay it out of general fund.
Yes.
Right, that it is not applicable for
Yes.
SB
SB
22.
22. Right.
SB 22. We have a motion to start this October 1st, to put it in the budget, so it will start October 1st.
And how much is it?
We have a motion.
Not to do it until October first.
I understand that, but how much is the
The
incentive?
full
pay?
amount of what he's asking for right now is 24,600. This is just my sheet of filling in what he had asked for.
Last.
Thank you. Thank you for reminding us of Kenny about.
Yes.
It shows 24/6, we talked about that before.
That's based over a year.
That's
Over
over
a
here.
year, and then by the time you add all of the payroll taxes and retirement, it's gonna be about 30,000.
I mean,
But we got 4 months left in this year.
That's correct.
Look at, so is the two alternatives here to wait till October, and then, like you said, be 24 plus
Uh-huh.
the taxes and stuff. But if we started doing it, what, you're wanting to start it right now?
yes, I wanted to start it last October. This is something I've asked for just about every single year since I've been sheriff.
So just for numbers there, if, quick figure, so don't hold me exactly to this amount, but taking that 24/6, about 26 payrolls, and then multiplying that by 9 payrolls that I think's left, I would have to go count and make sure, but I think that's what's left, it would be about $8,515 for the rest of this year, if you did it like that, just for numbers there.
Which we have in the budget already from open positions from this year.
If that's what you're talking about.
I say we go on and start it now. You got the money?
So we can take money out of his salary and roll it over to certification.
I think there's a line item, county supplement.
That's this year,
Oh, we wouldn't
or
think
that's this year.
Right.
What happens next year?
we'll have to budget.
Yeah, mine's next time.
Next year, we'll have to budget.
Mine can't start until October.
Yeah,
Oh,
24.
yeah, and yours is that would be even
Yeah.
less.
So that's even less.
That next year, though.
Tiny bit less.
30,000.
That's less than that.
Yep.
But is that CERT money, like for next year, would that CERT money, the burden that places on the general fund,
Mhm.
will will SB 22 money be coming into the general fund?
No,
No,
No.
that can go.
So that wasn't figured in with the car. I thought we had everything figured the last time we talked about this.
well, we didn't have the incentive because we didn't know where we could pay it from. And we can't pay it from SB 22, so it has to be paid from the general fund. We can't transfer money from SB 22 to the general fund.
Right. We just bought 2 cars. So the 30,000, wasn't there 30,000 left over when we got through ironing everything out?
Yep. Yeah.
basically with SB 22 money being spent on the cars, and then the raises that got put on, there were still 30,000. So this cert pay would be about that equivalent.
Yeah,
For a
but
year.
But you can
Yeah, but
use that
those-
money to.
Well, this year it'd be,
Still, you
this
spend
year,
that for something
it'd be only,
else.
it's gonna be 9 or less for this year.
If what now?
I said for this year to finish off, it's gonna be 9 or less. It's not gonna be the whole 30. So you're still gonna have 21 left over at least.
Can use that money.
What if it-
You can't put it back in, you can't put it back in general fund.
Everybody's that's gonna get this money, Jeremy, are we assured they're gonna go to school?
That money's already the certificates they currently have.
Okay.
Yeah, they've already
Now, that
cleared
clarifies it for me.
Yeah, we have some that
Okay.
doesn't.
And
Okay.
You looking back through your stack.
Yeah, I'd say right here where I had the 30,000 right now in incentives like that.
But you can't use that 30,000 for incentive money.
well, he'll spend that on other things that you can spend it for within that SB 22, isn't that correct?
Yes, whatever the commissioners or whatever we still gonna be paying, we can put it towards anything equipment wise. Like I originally said, I just wanna make sure my deputies get compensated, my jailers get compensated, get them taken care of after that. If the county, if the sheriff's office needs something, the
And
county
that's the numbers you're
approves
talking
it,
about.
they can go to that.
We filled in all the stuff and that had the incentive amounts in it, so I don't know if that's the number you're talking about.
Did we take some money out of the general fund and pay until we got the SB?
We did, but she's already transferred that back, isn't that correct?
That is correct.
And how much was that?
75,000.
75,000.
There is a motion.
I'm just
on the table.
uncertain what the, like Brian was talking about this money and this money, but I'm uncertain what's gonna happen. I mean, how we know for sure what's gonna happen between now and October? It's constantly changing.
You know, it seems like they're trying to clarify different things. I was definitely, I was alluding to, they're coming out with different rules dealing with who you can pay those salaries to and not, right? They had Austin put the Senate bill through, then you have for me, you have the comptroller, I think for both of us, the comptroller interpreting what Austin did and creating rules, and people disagreeing on what Austin actually wanted versus how the comptroller is interpreting. So I know for me, not speaking for, everybody's a little bit different with the way it can be spent. Speaking for me with who can be paid salaries out of that money has kind of flip-flopped a little bit. So that's what I was alluding to.
Whereas ours is set, it's deputies or it's jailers. That's it, that's your two.
Yeah, I don't think the question is in your side, the question is the DA's office and what they're trying to figure out. Maybe Lucy can.
Right.
So right now, there's not been a vote on whether we were going to do the certificate back.
That's correct, we couldn't find it.
I thought we did that.
I did
We all
too.
thought it too, but we couldn't find it, where we ever made that motion. But we do have a motion on the floor to start certificate pay October 1st.
That's correct.
I second that. Let's just wait for big budget to know.
All in favor, aye? Any opposed? Motion carried. All right, let's go to,
So,
and we're not gonna have an executive session today, but we will have one in the future. All right, any comments from commissioners, court members?
Lois, you have one?
I do. I thought it'd be nice to recognize people that the judge. And this was the Freestone County, this was the, Legacy Award from the Chamber of Commerce, but she did make the Texas County Progress magazine,
Thank you.
which was good. And the other celebrities, right,
Here's easy.
Fly Ridge,
Uh-oh, let's
got his
go.
own personal page, his articles,
oh,
takes up a lot more print than yours did, Judge.
Yeah.
But,
Where you find that stuff?
y'all haven't had the, got a copy of the Southsiders from May of 2024, so, very good article.
I have.
Fine job, sir. Thank you,
What
Commissioner.
is the south side?
I don't have the cover.
Okay,
Larry Schultz. That's a post.
okay. All right. Any other comments? If not, do we have a motion?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Correct.